What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 37 of NERDcast. This is, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, well, first I'll introduce. I'm Lee. I'm joined by Danny.
Hello.
And Will.
Hello.
And I was going to say that I think that the last time, this is technically the first canonical live NERDcast recording.
You're not wrong. You're not.
That's true.
Because we had a lost episode that was the live recording that never.
That was a good
saw the
episode.
light of
No,
day.
wait. We recorded one at Will's house in Guelph.
Yeah, but that was still...
No. The first one was the Last of Us episode that we lost, and the second one was like a year later, like legitimately.
Oh right, we did do another one.
We did. I forget what it was about. It was like 10 episodes ago.
Yeah,
But
played lots of Mario Kart that
We
day.
did.
You're
And
really bad at Mario Kart.
I
man.
am.
it's
Well,
not-
that version of Mario.
if it's
Kart,
not
at least.
Crash Team Racing, Lee just doesn't
Yeah.
want anything about it. He just wants none of it.
That's just for video games in general, though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If it's not Crash Team Racing, then I'm just not good at it.
Well,
So yeah, I guess this is kind of the unofficial New Year's podcast. Then
Yeah.
we've just gone to relying on holidays for our topics.
Yep. This isn't like a jolly cast or a spooky cast. This is an actual episode.
Yearly cast.
It's not yearly cast. We're not going to do yearly cast. It's just our year in review and the future. Future. Sorry.
So yeah, I guess we can talk also about, because I haven't played too many games. I've been trying to get through my backlog, so I haven't played too many new games when I've actually been able to play anything. So I can't really do a game of the year because there weren't too many that I played.
I can sort of do a game of the year. I haven't finished a game of the year yet.
Yeah, I can probably do a game of the year, maybe.
Just trying to find the
I'm trying to think. There were definitely probably games early on in the year
Yeah.
that I played. I guess. Well,
Walking Dead, maybe.
Bravely Default. Haven't finished it. Haven't even started it yet. Was that 2013 or
No,
2014?
it's 2014.
Okay.
I got it in reading week in February.
So
Yeah.
Will and I just went to EB Games.
It was fun.
About 2 hours ago. I got Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, and Bravely Default for the 3DS.
I got an amiibo for Sarah.
Well, that's because you have a Wii U and you're better than us.
Yeah.
I bought over Christmas. Because I'm still playing through The Walking Dead season 2.
I still gotta get back to that.
I love that game. It made me feel like a dick.
I downloaded. It's downloading right now, actually. Saints Row 4
Ooh.
with all of the DLC and everything. I got the deluxe one, and I got South Park: The Stick of Truth. too, so.
get that. I'm shocked I haven't played that yet.
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm not
Oh,
sure if they
yeah.
qualify as Game of the Year, but actually you only got Y? Yeah, you got Y this year too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So I guess those Pokemon is my game of the year. I'm 22 years old, and Pokemon is my game of the year.
No shame. There's no shame in that.
I have yet to finish it,
You
but
have yet to start it.
no,
man.
shut up. No, I'm not talking about Pokemon. I have yet to finish Child of Light, but Child of Light is my favorite game of the year so far. Everything about that game is perfect, from the turn-based RPG style, from the soundtrack, which is just so perfect.
If you include, or if you exclude all of the games that were broken, is that the only game that Ubisoft released this year that was
Nope, Valiant Hearts.
okay? And when did The Stick of Truth come out? Was that this year or last year?
This year, 2013.
Okay,
But that was broken.
2014.
This is 2014.
2014. Shut up. All of you shut up. No, but Stick of Truth was like... Is it broken?
No, it's not broken.
It's not broken? Okay.
So that was why I brought it up.
Because I haven't played
Assassin's Creed is broken.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed is very broken.
What are you talking about? Assassin's Creed is entirely playable on any moderate setting on a gaming PC.
Does a perfect historical representation of faceless France.
Yep. Did you see the... I saw it on Reddit. Someone took the moon from Majora's Mask
Oh, no.
and put the Assassin's Creed Unity faces over it, and I'm just gonna find it. It's not a video podcast.
I saw another one, a picture, and it was like, you know how the chattering teeth.
Yeah.
There was like it was like the little eyes, and it was just like,
Yeah.
oh, I bought an Assassin's Creed figure.
Oh boy.
Oh dear God.
Oh sweet Jesus Christ! No. Don't do that, Danny. Don't.
Yeah, that.
No.
Listeners, you can't see the photo because
that reminds me of like I can't remember which one it was exactly, but there was definitely one of like the old Tony Hawk games where you could like pan the camera around, and if you did it the right way, you would be like inside their head, and it would look like that. So it wasn't like completely broken in that it just happened in a cutscene, but
It just happened when you wanted it to happen.
yes.
you were in control of your own glitchiness and your own stupidity.
Those were the days.
Another good game is called well, it's not Game of the Year. I can assure you of that. It's called Dust: An Elysian Tale. But the other thing is that it came out like 3 years ago, or like 2 or 3 years ago on PCs, so it doesn't really qualify. But it's like a Metroid style game, but you have it's like an RPG. It's like a medieval RPG. It's an indie studio that did it. It's on PS4. Like it was just released on PS4 this year, and the indie studio that did it, I'm pretty sure they also did the voice acting in their own game. And the voice acting leaves much to be desired. The soundtrack is great, but yeah, the gameplay's fine. It's hard too, very difficult.
I've heard good things about Shovel Knight too. I've been meaning to play that.
Yes, that's like I've been looking at that too.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited about Bravely Default.
You should be excited about Bravely Default, at least for the first 30 hours, maybe.
Yep. And
the
then
remaining 60 hours, you shouldn't be as excited for.
the smell of a new game case.
Is it just grinding or what?
It's worse than grinding. It's repeating.
Smell that new game case. The new game case smell.
Yep.
I want to sniff
like a new
it.
game.
It's like a new game case smell. You alright, Will?
Yeah, I'm good.
Does Nino Kuni have that? This is the greatest hits version, so I don't know if it'll have it. Plus, it was trade and save. No, it's not. It doesn't have it. You can tell. You can tell when a game has been traded in. You can tell when it's trade and save.
I just picture you like in EB games, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is new, and you just like wait, and you just crack the game open and smell it. It's just like bullshit,
You
sir.
you lies and slander, lies and slander. But yeah, so this is gonna be a fun recording. We might have a fourth guest if she ever meows.
She's being very quiet.
Yeah, it's like she's now accepted us as people.
As people.
Yeah. No, we're currently recording in my girlfriend's house because I'm cat sitting for 10 days. This is day 5. It's been a hell of an ordeal. By that I mean it's been totally okay since cats are very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Like I could leave and come back 3 weeks later and she'll just be the same.
You gotta do the letterbox, but yeah.
Shit, I still gotta do that today.
Danny, you're supposed to do that every day.
I did it yesterday, so I'll do it again today.
I just pictured like it's like Jamie comes back and Danny's just like dead and the cat's just eating his face. That's what I picture. It's like
There's more of a chance of that
the
happening.
cat's gonna be okay, right? Oh yeah, the cat will be fine. And it's just Danny's dead. I don't know how or what the circumstances would be behind your death, but it would be comical for sure.
Oh yeah.
I've been talking about this for the past couple weeks to a few of my friends from Mac, and they were like, Danny, you're taking this way too seriously. Because I posted about it on Facebook. I said, all right, I'm ready to begin. And I have this study guide. And the study guide is a video called 100 Ways to Love a Cat.
Oh,
have you seen the video?
Probably.
It's 35 minutes long. I have watched the whole thing at one point. A friend of mine from Mac showed me the video, and I still hate it. And it's 35 minutes, you'll never get back. But I posted it as like a joke. And it's a musical song. So it's like, 100 Ways to Love a Cat.
As opposed to those non-musical songs.
Oh, shut up. I screwed that up. I know. I blew it.
Poems, they're called.
It's a musical video. It's a musical video. It's a video with song.
You mean a music video?
But like it goes.
Was this on MTV?
No, MTV wouldn't stoop this low.
Well,
Fair.
It went. The video killed the radio star, and then 101 Ways to Love a Cat, like when it first aired.
But like wave 5 is like give the cat a fish, and one of the things I like, my friends believe that I didn't have what it takes to do this, even though I totally can. Forgot to bring a fish. I blew it.
Well, that remains to be said, considering you have how many days left for to go for this?
5 days. Saturday is when Jamie and her family comes back.
he
So.
had chicken and he didn't give any to the cat.
Wow.
What? My life, my choices.
It was messy. I watched it.
You like?
I cried.
No, you didn't. You made
I
like
cried,
you
Lee.
made like like eating sounds just to
And it
piss
was
me off.
funny.
Piss me off. Oh, there she is.
Okay. Yeah, hey kitty. Hey kitty.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
just back to podcast. But yeah, shout out to Jamie's house.
Wait, while we're off on a tangent, I thought of something really important.
Okay.
There are people whose job it is to study the physics of poop to make better toilets.
Yes.
I just thought of this.
Is this a real?
I remember
is this a
that
real thing?
I saw. I don't know if it was on like a TV show like Dirty Jobs or something like that, or if it was just some like Reddit rabbit hole that I went down. But there was some like where they were demonstrating like what they do to construct fake poop to test toilets. Because they obviously don't use real poop.
There's a whole science behind this.
There has to be, Danny. There's a science for everything.
Well, for research, obviously.
Yeah, they need to do it for, like consistency and size and
what
like.
was it? I think it was grade 8. We did a career day at Central. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on student council then, and I think I actually helped organize it. And I was with the guy.
Did you organize poop?
No, well.
Oh wait, in grade 8? No, I don't remember
7?
that.
7 or 8. I was on
I
student
remember we
council.
did it in grade 9.
No, this was definitely at Central.
Or it wasn't a career day, but it was like you had to do a career profile.
But, yeah, they had like real people from the real world come in and tell us about their jobs. But anyways, I was with a guy, and he's from a museum. He talked about how he made a display about geese, but he actually had to research goose poop and find out what the right consistency was to make fake goose poop.
Oh my god.
That's my story.
And that, as they say, is that.
And you wonder why there's so many people just clamoring to be in STEM.
Yep.
Just like, hey, because you get the high-profile job of looking at goose poop when you're not trying to build a rocket to Mars. It's just goose poop.
Oh, there she is again.
Send NERDcast to Mars.
No matter what your field is. It's just like, I'm a mechanical engineer. Goose poop.
What about if you're a theater major?
I studied theater. Goose poop. You can be the goose poop.
I can act as the goose poop.
You are the goose poop.
That's
Danny.
not
You
degrading
are
at
goose
all.
poop.
That's
An interpretive dance.
an interpretive dance.
Of goose poop.
Or does an interpretive dance of poop? What is it from like whose line? Diarrhea flows like a river.
Oh God.
Sorry, because it's an audio podcast, they're not gonna know what's going on.
Great way to start a Nerdcast.
Well, this usually happens when we do live record. Well, not live recordings.
Any recording.
Any record. Well, no, it's more when we do. Oh wait, no. Octopus Herds was completely.
We need to get Mark in for a live recording.
That'll
impossible.
Be difficult, but it'll be awesome.
That's impossible. Mark doesn't.
We're gonna have to find a scientist who's tired of studying goose poop to try to conjure Mark. I just picture like something like with a Stargate. Like...
No, we're just like talking about Mark, and all of a sudden, like a Star Trek transporter just comes up, like, guys, I'm here.
We just say his name 3 times in the mirror, and
We've tried the supernatural. We've tried ritual summonings. Now we go to sci-fi.
As long as you don't have to sacrifice anything to get him back, I'm fine.
Well,
No,
Danny.
we're not sacrificing.
Well, Danny.
No, I want to
we had
live.
a vote.
I've lost, haven't I?
What were we talking about?
Goose poop.
Goose
Right.
poop, yeah.
Back on topic. But
The cat's just sitting there looking out the window like, who the fuck are these guys? Why are they here?
Kitty.
Okay.
I guess
Focus.
yeah. I guess that I haven't heard too much about big games coming out in like 2015, other than ones that are like.
We're getting the new Star Fox and the new Zelda.
Zelda, we're getting those.
Splatoon.
Oh
Splatoon, yeah, we're gonna get
I'm
that.
interested in Splatoon.
Bravely Second, is that coming
I'm
out?
not sure if that was 2015.
I'm gonna check that.
We're
It's
probably
Bravely Random is the next one.
We're probably getting another Pokemon game just because it's been one every year lately.
I don't
Is
like
that how
that.
they do it?
I don't like that now. Like
So far.
only certain games. Oh, April 23rd, 2015, Bravely Second comes out in Japan.
Is it gonna be like the Emerald version,
I'm not
or
sure
is
if
it gonna be a
like-
new?
I think it's gonna be Z or X2Y2 because they always do like a director's cut of the first games in the generation.
But they only started doing sequels recently with Black and White. Like I kind of like.
I don't know if they're gonna do a sequel or if they're gonna pull like a Gold, Silver, Crystal or Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
But
Will Z be our Emerald?
that's what I'm thinking. Like how it's gonna be, because we had Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal. That's when I stopped.
Yeah.
And then
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
and then random Zygarde at the end of
which fits in with X, Y, Z.
XYZ.
And there's 2 moves in X and Y, 1,000 Arrows and Light of Ruin, or something like that. No other Pokemon knows them, so they might be Zygarde's signature moves if they do sequels with two forms like they did in Black 2, White 2, because there was a fusion with Kyurem and Zekrom and Kyurem and Reshiram, and it had a secret move, depending on which version it was, and those were in Black and White.
Well, they could also do just from...
Your hand motions there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
From
I do this
more, they could do, like... I'm trying to think of, like, how Mega Rayquaza isn't technically a Mega. It's like it's
like a de-evolution.
It's like hypercarbon.
It's you just become super friends, and then he becomes powerful.
But
no, it could be that those secret moves are like the Dragon Ascent the. So you need that move, and then
Zygarde will actually have good stats.
We're missing a few though, because like, obviously we're gonna get Zed or Z, however, whoever.
Zed.
No. If we have American listeners,
we're in Canada.
If we have American listeners,
we're not American.
But we were Canadian, I know.
We're Canadian. Dude.
But if we have American listeners, we have to be inclusive.
Nerdcast is spelled with a U, and you're gonna like it that way.
The U is invisible, Danny.
Anyway.
NEURD.
Oh, shut up.
It's spelled with a capital nerd and a U, and a silent, invisible U.
Anyway, what I was going to say was, so we got Zygarde, but wasn't there like a leak about a year and a half ago? So there was...
Yeah, Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion.
Yes, but so we had Diancie.
Volcanion looks badass.
Volcanion is badass.
Volcanion is badass, but then there's Hoopa. Where are those two?
Hoopa is coming out with the next movie, and it has an alternate form, and it looks
Is he
badass.
is Hoopa actually though? Because I haven't heard
an actual thing.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, and
but no, it's like there's an article on Kotaku that says a legendary Pokemon that only hackers own. This was like less than a month
it's because
ago. It happens with every game. There's always like 3 that they only release as special events. They promote them with the movies too.
Okay, so
for the people who don't use the internet, like, oh my god, new Pokemon.
So the next movie has Xerneas.
No, the next movie is actually Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, and Mega Rayquaza, and Hoopa.
Wasn't there a movie with Diancie though?
Yes, that was the last movie.
So that's already been out?
Yes.
Oh, I'm like... Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction.
There we go.
The next time, if we do the trip to Ottawa, because we're probably going to have to make a weekend out of it.
Yep.
So one day we'll be doing Nerdcast and just other things, and another day we'll be marathoning every single Pokemon movie.
Let's do that. Yeah. I was thinking Reading Week because I'll
find them and we can marathon every Pokemon movie. Oh god.
We can do
that.
my
new TV. I got a new TV for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
We went to Best Buy and Will joked around about like, Danny, the last time we were here, we ended up buying Lee a 2DS and Pokemon. So we had to really restrain ourselves from buying you an 85-inch XBR like 4K Sony TV. Because we just went in there because we tried to see the prices.
And I had to pee.
Yeah, and I wanted to see if I got a good deal on these games. But my God. Those TVs, man.
We were looking at stuff for the Nerdcast office.
Yes, for the Nerdcast office.
Future Nerdcast.
Yes, this is the future Nerdcast office. So our options are a 65, 70-inch 4K TV or the LG curved OLED TV.
See, I'm not on board with the curved.
Really?
I'm not liking the curved.
I like the curve.
I'm not big on the curve, but it's OLED. OLED is what I enjoy. OLED is what I want because OLED you get deeper black levels and you get like the TV is thin as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like this. Like Will and I at the same time did one of these.
For reference, Danny is pointing to his MacBook Air.
That's one of the problems with a live recording.
Fair. But
so let's see, if we weren't in person, then we would have just been like, it's just like this.
Okay.
What is this?
Well, it was like in the Jolly Cast, I kept pointing to my Cheers thing. I was like, and that, my Cheers 11 season DVD collection. But, so we just took a little tour around Best Buy. We were also talking. We went into like the
some furniture.
Best Buy.
Yeah.
But we also went.
Well, Best Buy. I don't know if it was Best Buy or Future Shop. I don't know, and I don't even know if Future Shop still does it. But they used to have where it was like your whole home theater setup.
Yeah.
No, because I remember a couple years ago I went there. They had a big TV and they had like a sofa where you could sit down. I think they sold the sofa with it. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was like you get a package or you probably could just because they're like, hey, here, drop $10,000 on this living room set.
But what I'm about to say is blasphemy too. But we were in the computer area and I was looking at one of the iMacs and Will's like, are we gonna be Apple or PC in the Nerdcast office? I'm like, well, I'm used to the Mac ecosystem, so I'm gonna go iMac, even though I prefer the PC gaming side of things. But we're gonna have a decked out gaming PC.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. We could either just do it like, or we could not even do IMAX and just do like the Tower Mac, even if they still make those.
They make the Mac Pro. It's like a cylinder garbage can now. Have you ever seen that?
I think that's ringing a bell, but you could just like partition the hard drive and have.
It's perfectly suited for
That's the Mac Pro.
Oh, damn.
It's about, I would say, the size of the standard blue Yeti mic you have, a little bit higher than that.
I like it.
And then it's about that. It's so like dense though. It's so heavy.
For reference, Danny is pointing to our Blue Yeti microphone.
Oh, shut up! But yeah, so it's like a trash can, but it has 2 workstation GPUs. I think it's a AMD Fire Pros. It has a Xeon processor, and you're probably wondering how can it fit in such a small package? Apple uses their marketing terms and something called a unified thermal core, where all heat is like suctioned up and it's dissipated through like the center.
So they just use the same black magic that the Dyson circular fans use. It's just like, oh hey, we're just gonna conjure up a wind demon in here. Just
How it goes to the marshmallows in the Nerdcast office.
I'm confident that that's how Dyson does it. It's like it's just like wind
Black
demons and other sorts of magic that move the wind through this empty thing, and then they do the same. They help that to make for the new Mac. It's just there's a tiny wind demon inside.
But they had a huge advertisement for the Retina 5K iMac, and Will and I went hunting for that. Couldn't find it.
5K?
Yep.
Yeah.
Beyond 4K.
Okay, now see 4K I can understand mathematically because it's supposed to be like 4 times the resolution of like a 1080p screen, but 5K I just picture like a 4K screen with like a regular TV just bolted onto the top of it. And it's just like 5K, guys.
Well, I was reading an article like around the time the iMac was announced, and it went into detail as to why 5K is important to photographers and to even video artists, because with like high-end video production, apparently they some of them render in 6K, so they actually render in like really, really, really high resolutions. Damn. Because I think movie theaters are a really high resolution.
Yeah, they would have to be, and
I don't know the exact resolution of a standard Cineplex theater.
Well, if you hear horror stories about how they fuck around with it all the time, and sometimes you could go in and then the aspect ratio is all off, so it's like where it should be widescreen, it's like stretched out, so there's like it's on the curtains. Yeah. And yeah, I've heard of like.
I'm looking it up right now.
A lot of critics say that they've come across that problem.
Yeah.
Because it's all done through projection too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, it's easier for them to, like, if they're working with 5K, they can scale it down instead of scaling it up. And also for photographers as well, I've heard, finer details when you're editing.
Yeah, well, it's just the number of pixels, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think that 5K actually has anything to do with that, or, like, the K, whatever. It's just supposed to be, like, because, like, 1080p isn't just, like, jargon. It actually means, like...
It's like a standard. It's a standard for high def.
But, well, no, because it's supposed to be like certain. That's what the number of pixels is across, or something like that. Because it's like 1080 by you can get by like 720 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just the first number in that, the number of pixels of what it is, and then 4K is just supposed to be like 4 times a 1080p by 720 screen.
Yeah.
So 4K doesn't necessarily mean something. That's from my understanding. I could be totally wrong.
I don't know too much about screen resolution stuff, but all I know is like the thing with the iMac. A lot of people are saying like no one's gonna buy it, but if you look at the base configuration, it's like $24.99. So a base configuration for a standard iMac, a non 4K one, a 27-inch, is kind of I'm gonna try to like the best way to explain it, but the way they described it, it made it seem like it's worth the money, where you're paying like an extra $500 for 5K.
Well, I remember for a while, I don't know if it's still like that, but when you were buying, like, for this MacBook, like the one that I have, for the record, I'm pointing towards my MacBook. So, it was like, they have them in the... They try to make it so the only difference was the screen size, right? Like, they had the 13-inch, which is this, the 15, and the 17. The way it worked out, it was... The 15-inch was actually a worse computer.
Really?
Because of the way that the processor and stuff was in it, it was like, if you're looking at the stats, it was a much shittier computer. But it was bigger screen, and it had the speaker bar, like, up on here. I don't know if you've ever seen
Yeah.
Because there were a few people that were in my program that got the 15-inch, and I was basically like, you didn't read up into that. Because I was like, it's a smaller screen, before, so. But it's a more powerful computer. and I don't know if it's still there's still weird quirks to the.
About 2 weeks ago when I was at work.
Well, here's all the stats here.
Well, I'll explain my story in a second. But so what we have here is for $21.99 you can get a standard 27-inch iMac with 8 gigs of RAM, a terabyte hard drive, a GeForce GTX 775, and a Core i5 processor. Now, for an extra $600, you get the 5K display, a terabyte Fusion drive, which adds not only the 1 terabyte hard drive but a 256 gig SSD, so you can store your operating system. You get a much more advanced graphics card, and I believe it's more advanced, the AMD Radeon R9 M290X, and you get a better processor in that it turbo boosts up to 3.9 instead of 3.8. So you're getting a substantial amount for $600. You're getting a higher resolution display, and including if you look at 4K monitors, just 4K standard monitors, they're like $19.99 in general. So
I don't know about that, but yeah, they're pretty expensive.
We're gonna need like 6 of these for the Nerdcast office.
Of course we are.
Because I expect at least 3 monitors.
Try 4K monitors. Let's just get her going. No, there was.
And I don't know, like, because I know with 1080p, you needed it to be a minimum of, I think it was like 22 inches was the lowest you could go, or it was like 21 and a half or something like that. Because any smaller than that, and you would be actually like it's impossible to fit that many pixels on the screen. Yeah. So it was like if somebody says it's like an HD monitor, but it's only 18-inch screen, then it's like, yeah, well, it's not a true HD. So I don't know what the size for 4K is. Or if it's the same situation.
I don't know.
Because it might be that you need to get like a 28-inch monitor before... which is a huge-ass monitor. Coming from somebody who uses a 32-inch screen TV as a monitor.
Well, one thing I was going to say when we were talking about like the 15-inch MacBooks, I work at a store where we check in computers and we can repair Apple computers. A guy brought in a PowerBook G4, which is about 10 years old now, maybe getting it up there. And he asked me if we can repair it, and I went to our technician. And I brought it back. I'm like, hey, Dennis, we have a PowerBook G4 for you out there. He was like, he just laughed. And he was like, I can't order parts for that. I don't even think Apple remembers that.
It's like we're going to have to check in like Steve Wozniak's garage to see if he still has parts.
Ship it off to Steve himself. Just get it going. Steve just calls us, I can do it for you guys.
Steve's got a problem.
All right, so we've been rambling for almost half an hour now. Yeah. We haven't even started our topics.
Nerdcast.
Well, we kind of dabbled with the topic. Yeah, we dabbled. And then we had a nice...
that was an intro, a nice little segue.
Well, we talked about monitors and MacBooks and other things.
Furnishing the Nerdcast office.
Yes.
Yep. I expect fire pits.
That may be
I want like an all like cottagey wooden feel to it. I don't know how you guys feel, but
in all reality, it's going to be a glorified garage.
Yeah.
So
maybe like a loft, like a loft apartment somewhere. But yeah, this is for the future when we all become like billionaires.
I want all of the lights to be like rainbow LEDs that cycle.
I want Jarvis. I want a Jarvis in our house.
I have a Jarvis in my car. He's a shitty GPS system.
And you just called him Jarvis?
Yeah, I named him Jarvis like 5 years ago.
Well, while we're on, that's a nice segue to this. Any of you heard of the Amazon Alexa?
No.
It's a speaker. It's like a huge cylindrical speaker. I'll bring up a picture of it. Listeners, use your imagination or look yourself. Like, I can't do all the work for you.
Put the link in the thing.
Yeah, so it's a huge speaker like this.
Ooh.
Or no, it's called the Amazon Echo.
Okay.
The speaker's called the Echo, but the personal assistant is called Alexa, and it's voice activated, so you can have it control things in your house.
Is this like Her? Have you seen the movie?
Yeah. I have seen Her. It's not like Her. It's not Scarlett Johansson, and she won't have she's
not an artificial intelligence.
No, she's not. She's not like that. But
yes, have you seen the documentary Terminator 2?
This is how it started, Danny.
But apparently this is like not the best
what is it?
Way to go with it right now, because it's like it doesn't have a lot of there's a lot of problems in terms of voice recognition. The speakers aren't really done well. Like the way I always envision it is like circuits in the house and different speakers are in your house, and there's highly sensitive microphones in each room. It's going to cost you like a lot of money. But
so now it's like HAL more than
yeah. But I'm thinking. I'm looking at as like a Star Trek computer. where you know how they say computer Turbolift 2 or something, or I can say, let's say if I name it Gregory
the computer.
Gregory the computer. Gregory, play this playlist, and it'll like play this playlist in the living room, and it'll play the music out of the speakers in the living room. So, but it's each room has highly sensitive microphones. That's what I want. That's what I really. We're not getting it in 2015, so there's not a segue into 2015. It's not coming then.
Have you guys heard about Amazon Now?
No.
Do you guys ever order things online?
Occasionally.
The odd time I'll do Amazon.
My sister was telling me about this thing called Amazon Now, where it's like the Amazon Prime where you get like 1 day shipping.
Yeah.
Amazon Now is only in somewhere in the States.
The Bay Area.
It's
where
really
all of it
small.
starts.
But you order on Amazon and it's at your door in an hour.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Manhattan. It's only in Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
But you
It's
order
like
it.
bike messengers.
You order it and it's there in an hour.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the one film.
They're
That's
probably the one
that
costs
was
you like
predicting.
all of your children.
Oh, your children. Like, do you really need something that quick?
No, like when you order online, like we become accustomed to when we order. We know 3 to 5 business
But this
days.
is what's happening now because people are getting the things faster, and soon no one will have to leave their homes.
Yeah, see, and the best part is that when people talk about, like, especially because if you listen to, like, podcasts or people talk about things, 90% of the people talking about how awesome Amazon is because they're from the Bay Area or Manhattan, and it's like, oh, it's great, it's all this stuff. It's like, whereas we're in rural Canada, right? So it's like, oh, hey, you go to Amazon, and then you look up, and it's like, yeah, I really want this, and then you click buy, and then it's like, oh, we need to redirect you to the Amazon.ca because you're an idiot, you forgot about that. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
And then you go there, and it's like, this thing I wanted is 3 times the price and also no longer in stock.
Not to mention you might have to pay international shipping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
International shipping will kick you in the balls equally hard.
Yeah, so it's like, so something that I was just reading in the States that I can get for $50 and comes to my door as soon as I click the button is now $150, and I might have to wait a few months because it's not in stock yet.
Well, what other websites can you use? Like, what other e-commerce websites are there? Like,
eBay.
Like eBay is a good one.
I've never used
I've
eBay.
never actually used eBay.
Like places like eBay and Kijiji are kind of a.
I've used Kijiji before. I bought my N64 off of Kijiji.
I've gotten furniture off Kijiji before, but it's just like buying like secondhand things.
Will you get something good from Kijiji? Will you get mugged? No one knows.
Exactly. That's like, are you gonna get like? You're just totally gonna get like scammed or gypped. That's the thing. But now we're seeing even more, apparently, during like Cyber Monday stuff in the States, retailers or actual manufacturers are using eBay. Like,
Really?
that's what I've heard. Like, I was listening to IGN's Tech Fetish podcast, and they were talking about it. And that's just like, they have a massive stockpile of it, and they just use eBay. I'm going to try to find it.
Also, they're just like, hey, all these companies that like
sounds
future
devious.
shop, we're just gonna cut you out.
Just gonna cut out the middleman.
I could be wrong in this, but I remember hearing about it, and it might have been on that podcast. But yeah, no, it's very like
Like soon we'll be able to get groceries delivered to our house.
we can.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I know you can already do that, but soon it'll become like more viable.
Like my mom used to do that when they were kids. Well, not like online shopping, but my
I
grandmother
was
would.
gonna say, how old is your mom? How old are you?
But like no, when my mom was like our age or even like younger, her mother, so my grandmother would go to the store. She would say, "This is what I want," and then like a day later, the truck would show up with the groceries. Mm-hmm. So that's like pre-internet delivery.
It's sort of like the milkman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
or
gonna
like
have,
the
like,
the egg truck that would come down the streets every day. Did you ever have that?
But
Whenever I would,
Not in my lifetime.
I swear I'm the same age as you guys. But no, on my street, like during elementary school, I would go home for lunch, and a truck would drive down our street at around like 11:50 every day, and he would have eggs, and we would buy eggs. My mom would make me scrambled eggs. They are eggs.
And
It's
he would
not-
get out and he would go, "It's a fine morning, Johnston family." And he would tip his hat and he would just like get in his 1950s Chevy van.
hashtag send Danny back to Mars.
You're all assholes.
Yeah.
And then he would get out and he would crank the front of the car. And then
Oh, so just
he would go, "Rrrr," when he drove away.
While we're on the topic of apparently Danny misusing things,
Danny is a time machine. I think that's the subtext that we're missing there.
For listeners who listen to our Jolly Cast, yes, the turkey neck was really, really good.
Chicken necks?
No, the turkey neck was fantastic. You're all assholes. Yep. You're all terrible, terrible people.
Yep.
Well, because it's like in Christmas Vacation, the one joke, and it's just like Randy Quaid's like, save the neck for me, Clark. And it's just like, it's funny because they don't sell turkeys with necks anymore. So that was what my process of thought was. That this comedy from the 80s, okay, maybe it's with this
newfangled technology.
This like Pinterest hippie garbage that is like, we're going to bring back the chicken or turkey
Oh my
neck.
god, no, it's a real thing. I ate it. It was glorious.
Said the appendix eater.
Oh, shut up. Oh my god.
You make turkey sausage out of you use the turkey intestine to do that, right?
You're all
it's
evil.
kind of like turkey haggis, but without the rest of the haggis part.
It was edible and it was delicious. Not to mention this was like an hour after our power went out.
I will give you $5 to eat haggis. I almost had haggis one time actually. When I was in Scotland, I was on the train and I had this urge to have haggis. And then there was a fast food place and it was called Happy Haggis.
Only in Scotland.
It was a fast food place?
Maybe in Los Angeles, but Scotland especially.
Well, I almost got haggis pizza.
Ooh.
At Loch Ness.
I've never had haggis before.
No, I had Hawaiian pizza instead.
They sell Loch Ness Monster Pizza.
Probably. But yeah, Happy
She's doing it
Haggis.
again. She's just like resting one arm over and then staring at me with the death glare from hell.
There you go, kitty.
Sorry. It's
Go back to sleep.
our
Focus.
scheduled kitten break.
Alright. Do you guys want to see the most like evil cat ever? Guys, keep going because you guys aren't going to be able to see this.
I guess that's it for 2014. No, was that 2014? Wait, we have to tell the story about Lee and the DS. Oh, that's a grumpy cat.
Yep, that's my friend's cat. Put a Santa hat on her. Anyway, so 2014 year in review. Will and I had a great story.
It was a really good story.
I don't know this story.
So, you were part of it.
Oh, you were part of this
context.
story.
See, I'm in like my last years of university. Will is finished university. He's now in school in Ottawa,
College, yeah.
Algonquin College. I was kind of getting lazy. I didn't really put a lot of thought into a lot of my studies at this point of the year. It was around March area. So Will and I put a lot of thought in what can we do to get another person Pokemon.
We are bored of fighting each other now.
Will and I got like Pokemon X and you got Y around the same time when it first released, and we battled each other. Will kicked my ass about 30,000 times. I kicked his ass
I recorded
twice.
every battle we've ever had.
And it's great because we had a few good ones. There was one where I nearly 6-0'd him, and then I think it was your Tangrowth just said.
That was my Abomasnow.
It was your Abomasnow, just basically just giant middle finger to me.
Yeah, just normal Abomasnow, not even Mega Abomasnow.
Yeah,
just swept
normal
his
Abomasnow
team.
because we just said no to Mega. So anyway, what happened was this happened around like early March 2014.
I know someone with a birthday in March.
Yeah, someone with a birthday who we haven't really we have to battle him because he has Pokemon knowledge.
Yeah, he knows things and stuff.
He seems to be on top of things. He seems to know.
He's efficient. He'll be more of a challenge than Danny.
You can go to hell, but that was true in the end. So Will and I planned
a lot
what we can get this man for his birthday. And we said, okay, we're going to get him a 2DS. We're going to get him whatever Pokemon game he wants. And then I'm sitting in the campus bar, and Will is wherever the hell he was. And it was March 13th. And we're like, okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We send him a message. Coming to a Lee near you. We sent him a picture of a Nintendo 2DS.
With Pokemon. Because there was a special bundle on sale that had a 2DS and Pokemon built into the 2DS.
Yeah, we love you, but not that much. We're definitely going to get a bundle. We're definitely cheaper on but the thing was, Lee read it and he responded, said thank you.
Yeah, like we were going to get it to you that day, but
there was a
shit.
snowstorm. We couldn't do anything about it.
This whole coming to be a Lee near you thing, like couple hours beforehand.
Yeah, so we actually had to redo our entire plan in a matter of hours. And then Will spent the next week talking about the game to you. You kept acknowledging the game's presence. And then we go to a Best Buy. It was a Future Shop. We got lost.
Yeah, that was fun. We followed the Future Shop truck and they betrayed us.
What assholes. No, we did. We saw it was a Geek Squad or something.
Yeah.
Or like one of those Connect
it was the
ones.
Geek Squad.
And we just followed them, and then they made a right to like a gas station, and we just knew we were fucked.
Yeah, we were done.
And then
they're going to Future Shop. We can go to the Future Shop too.
Oh, why
You
have
should have just flagged them down and asked.
why have Google Maps when you can just do that?
Hey, I know you guys aren't very helpful for anything tech related. So
Well,
can you just point us where to go to Future
we also
Shop?
drove around the block around Danny's house at least 3 times trying to get out of Hamilton.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. But what happened was we get to Future Shop, and they have 2 bundles. Yeah. One was with Pokemon X, the other one was with Pokemon Y.
There were more Pokemon Y bundles. No, there were more Pokemon X bundles, and there's only one Pokemon Y bundle.
Yep. So we ended up calling Lee, and we said, "Hey Lee, we're in Future Shop right now. We kind of don't know what we like."
No, you didn't even say that. You
No,
asked me what color.
Yeah, Lee, do you like red or blue?
Oh, that's true. That's what it was. Yeah. And then it sort of went on, and eventually we said, we're trying to figure out whether or not you want Pokemon X or Pokemon Y, because we're in Future Shop. We're going to give it to you. And then there was this, like, Will's the one on the phone, and he had the volume, but all we hear on the other end is, what?
Well, there's a lot of, does he know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
Will and I are like, does he actually, like, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
And so we burst out laughing in the aisle of Future Shop, and there were people like looking around like, what is with these grown men in the Pokemon aisle? But so the moral of the story is we tried.
We really tried.
We tried. We
really
put more
hard,
effort into this than we ever thought possible.
We even stopped at Gateway for lunch.
We did, yeah, we did on the way back. Yeah, I got what was it, like chicken place they had there, like that.
Yeah, I got a falafel wrap.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah,
Lee
I'm
just
still surprised if that means anything.
But we told you. we
Very
said,
cryptically.
No, we didn't.
There was a picture.
There was a picture.
Yeah, but I didn't know it could have just been anything. You send me pictures of stuff all the time.
But we said coming to a Lee near
Coming
you.
soon to a Lee near you. Pokemon.
I didn't get it.
Well, apparently we were too cryptic. We were too cryptic.
Yep.
We were too obvious. We were cryptic.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2014. That was
review.
the funniest 2014 in a nutshell because it was probably a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Another 2014 story involved. This time it involved Lee and I and my housemate Harrison. This has nothing to do with video games, but
Definitely nerdy, that's
it's
for
definitely nerdy. If any of you haven't seen it, there's a movie called The Room, which is so gloriously bad. And my buddy from Hamilton, his name is Harrison. He went to go see the Room at the Carlton Cinema in Toronto, and he asked me if I wanted to come along, and I knew Lee was a big fan, so I went with Harrison. I called up Lee, and Lee was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And my God, that movie,
It was infinitely better live in theater.
with surrounded by a lot of intoxicated individuals
Throwing spoons.
and then the ending, like us four, Harrison, myself, you, and then Maddie, we all of us like took charge of Fake Peter and how much of an asshole he was. Like, fuck you, Fake Peter. Oh no, that was a good memory.
I just yesterday I bought the Disaster Artist hardcover.
Oh, hardcover, you're legit.
And I was going to buy The Room on DVD. Guess how much it is, speaking of Amazon Canada prices?
How much, Lee?
Guess how much it is. No, you can't look.
$35.
Higher.
What?
For The Room.
Oh.
It was $47.
I bought
And there were 3 left in stock.
3 days ago. I bought Kiki's Delivery Service and Princess Mononoke, 2 very famous Japanese anime films, for $25 on Blu-ray. That's Blu-ray.
Was that off of Amazon?
No, that was just an HMV. But $47 for The Room.
On DVD.
So for all you listeners in the Southern
It's
Ontario,
on YouTube, yes.
Oh,
That
you
was
can
why I
find it.
didn't buy it.
Yeah. But for all you listeners in the Southern Ontario area, or if you're looking for a field trip and you're from like Quebec or Manitoba, or even out east or out west, every month, at the end of every month, the Carlton Cinema in Toronto shows The Room, and they allow alcohol, they encourage spoons, and who knows, Tommy Wiseau might materialize out of the ground with a Greg Sestero in tow to answer your questions and bless you with his underwear.
Well, it was funny because
business.
For Christmas, and the long story behind this was that I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted a tablet or an e-reader.
Oh,
right?
yep.
And so I was like, I'm weighing my options. I was like, because like I want my primary purpose is to read on this. That's what I'm getting it for. But with a tablet, I can do other things, right? Like it has the ability to be a computer, basically, right? Like.
But you would use it more as a computer than anything else.
But so then I was like, the biggest concern would be whether or not I could get it to actually be the best like reading experience, because with an ebook it's like the e-ink and it's like front lit, so it's like not hard on your eyes and everything. So I was like, I don't know like which I should do or which one I should go with. So I hummed and hawed and tried to figure it out, and then I finally decided that I wanted just an ebook, right? And so I said that to my mom. I was like, that's what I want for Christmas. She was like, okay. And then turns out that she couldn't get the one that I wanted, because the one I picked it ended up being a pseudo limited edition run, because of when they released it, and then they released the next line, so it was really super hard to find. So she was like, I couldn't find it, so I just got you the tablet, right? So I was like, wow, this is like the most first world problem ever. It's like, I got a tablet, right?
It's like
I
everyone
didn't want a tablet.
It's like everyone on Twitter like, I got a 5C instead of a 5S. Fuck you.
And so I was like, well, this is kind of cool. But I would have probably just kept the tablet, but it was an Acer tablet.
Ooh.
So I was like, I would be the biggest hypocrite on the planet to use an Acer tablet.
It was like an Iconia W whatever.
It was, Iconia 1.7 or something like that. It's 1.7. 1 spelt out, and then the number 7.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay.
Oh, let's take a look at this here.
It was probably a solid tablet.
For that price, yeah.
But, and so then I was like, so we looked up and we figured out the whole problem, and then my mom ordered me one. So I still haven't got one of my major Christmas gifts, but
well, you wanted what was it, Kobo Glow, right?
Yeah, I wanted the Kobo Glow, but they were running, it was like last gen, so they don't really make them anymore. So I ordered, and then I wanted the Kobo Aura HD 6.8 inch. But it turns out that the 6.8 inch is a bitch to find. Like they didn't make any of them. So I just got the regular 6 inch, which is...
Well, do we have it in stock? Let's take a look.
But, well, I already ordered the 6, so...
Oh, well, fuck.
It doesn't matter. But, so then looping this back to the conversation about the room was... So
you wanted the 6 inch. We only have the 7 inch. Oh, no.
No, that's the Kobo Arc. Or was it the Kobo...
There we go. Kobo
Yeah,
Aura.
that's the exact one that I got. The Kobo Aura 6 inch.
Don't know if we have it in stock. Doesn't really say.
But, so then... So I told my mom that I ordered the book, right? And then she was like, I bought you a Kobo and you ordered a book. And then I was just like, well, there's an off chance I could get it signed by the guy.
I'm going to go again, Mom. No, go see it. In fact, we're planning on potentially going again at the end of January. I'm going to ask Harrison about that.
If you wanted to make the trek.
To trek down from Ottawa. But yeah, no, like I was talking to Dave, he might be interested, and a few other people from Mac. Like get a whole party going, get like an entire row. There was someone in our row who hadn't seen the film at all. Like he just showed up.
Just showed up to a live screening. It's like the literal definition of trial by fire.
Did he really? And then the best part is he didn't have any spoons, so we're like, you're gonna get spoons. Just take some of the ones that we throw. And there were spoons everywhere, all over the freaking floor. Oh god. Yeah, those are my 2014 memories.
2014 in review, right there.
Yeah. What about you, Will? Any 2014 memories? Well, you moved to Ottawa.
Yeah, I moved to Ottawa. That was fun. Moving's never fun.
I'm like dreading April when I have to move out of my house.
No, but I'm liking it up in Ottawa. It's quiet, except for living on a busy road. But apart from that, it's quiet.
You live across the street
from terrorist attacks.
And terrorist attacks. That was a fun day. That was really fun.
That must have been freaky and scary. My
cousin's like 15 minutes away from.
It was funny because I asked him and I was like, "Where are you in Ottawa?" Because we were just talking about Pokemon or something like that. Well, the whole thing's going on, and I was like, are you okay right now?"
Yeah, I'm getting ice cream.
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
So I'm showing me a picture of Assassin's Creed Unity, and it's saying exclusively on every console and PC ever. Anyway, my cousin lives up in Ottawa, and we were out for dinner with a bunch of our family one day, and we asked him, like, what was it like? He was like, the town shut down. Like, everyone just shut down. And we debated, actually, this would be a good topic of discussion. Which ice cream flavor would be worthy of risking death to obtain?
I got chocolate caramel.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream is a good option.
Yeah, it is a good option.
For me, it's chocolate and peanut butter.
Actually, I think mine was chocolate caramel peanut butter. It's like chocolate caramel ice cream with peanut butter cups in it.
See, I'm not a fan of caramel, so...
That was a freaky day, though. I was in class, and I had Twitter open on CBC News, and I just kept scrolling, trying to figure out what was happening.
Richard was in class, and they actually went into lockdown.
What?
He's at the University of Ottawa.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they killed that one corporal. Then someone in Quebec died, like a week before. He got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Like that. You don't see that shit in Canada. That freaked me out.
We are peaceful in Canada. We ride our moose. We drink our maple syrup. And we eat our hockey pucks.
You can get hockey puck like ice cream bars.
Oh, yeah.
Those so
Seriously?
I'm pretty sure you can. Well, it's,
You're sure
Canada,
it's
it's
not
Canada.
just like a circular Klondike bar? Or
Oh, well, marketing. Like,
ice
name
cream
it as like
sandwiches?
NHL
Canada,
puck.
Yeah, 2014 has been a quiet year for me. I like quiet years.
I enjoy looking after Jamie's cat because I get quiet in this house.
I also got a PS4.
Yeah, I bought mine in August as well. I got a Vita as well earlier in the year, I think it was earlier 2014.
How
Not
are
much.
all those ports working for you?
Not much on Vita. Not much on Vita at all. Not much on PS4 either. Actually, there's really not much on anything.
Not yet.
Like every game coming out is like a remake of a PS3 game.
I'll be happy when they announce Mass Effect for PS4.
The day they announce the next Mass Effect for PS4 or the next Fallout for PS4 is the day I buy a PS4. It'll just be like literally, it's like, well, I can't afford this, but what? What?
Will got me for Christmas like a Destiny: The Dark Below, and this was your gift.
Oh, what? See, now I feel bad I didn't get you a gift.
Happy
I
Nerdmas!
thought about it.
Listeners, if you're wondering, we have just given Lee a pop bobblehead of Grunt from Mass Effect.
That's awesome.
Let's take a picture of it.
Just don't look at the back.
Yeah,
because
because
don't look at the back.
don't. Yeah, because
it's nothing but disappointment.
we were very disappointed we couldn't get you Garrus with a Mantis or Commander Shepard.
I've seen, well, because there's been like everybody posts pictures of the Garrus, so it's like if you're probably gonna get one, that's probably the hardest one to get.
Like we were just in EB and.
Oh, you just saw it?
And I was like, Danny,
like this is here. It was like $10. It was like nothing.
Yeah, they're not too. Yeah.
No, and then I was like, wait, you already didn't you get Lee a Nerdmas gift? He's like, no, he doesn't have Destiny because I got he got me like a code for the Dark Below and the second one, like the Wolves one, whatever. So we just bought that.
Awesome.
Merry
Thank you.
Nerdmas.
and we
Grunt.
agreed that we weren't going to give it to you until someone mentioned Mass Effect.
And then you brought it up, and then you continued the conversation.
Could you imagine if this is the first episode that we didn't mention Mass Effect?
We were going to mention Mass Effect no matter what.
Oh, we would have got to the end. I would have slipped in a prediction that Mass Effect 4 would have been like fully playable at E3 or Gamescom.
Oh yeah, we still gotta do our predictions. We should probably get to that.
At some point. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you said we were gonna take a picture.
Oh yeah, I'm getting.
It's not good video, but anyway. But
well,
or
you
good
can
audio.
add the photo.
But
New Nerdcast photo right there.
with your hand. Your hand is in there as well.
But I guess my joke prediction. You're gonna like this, Danny.
This might be my real prediction. I'll tell you if it's my real prediction or not if I think I know what you're gonna say.
Still, and this is probably like we were still riding this prediction.
Yes.
Still no Last Guardian in 2015. No mention of it. No nothing.
Oh my god.
My real prediction is we're gonna find out what is going on with the Last Guardian. So your fake absurd. No, okay.
This is the Last Guardian is going to be the ET landfill myth of this generation.
No,
That's my bold prediction.
no. Okay,
It's not going to come out to pay off to anything until like a decade from now. But that's what I'm predicting.
no.
Is that we're going to hear documentaries and things about what happened.
Guardian.
No. So okay.
Where is the Last
So
Guardian?
it was announced in 2009. Clearly, something terrible went wrong within Team Eco, and if they have canceled that game, if that game is canceled, just tell us. Like honestly, just fucking tell us. Like especially now, like because it's been long enough. It was the same thing happened with Final Fantasy Versus 13. There were rumors that it was canceled, but like 5 years ago, it was rebranded as 15. They just didn't tell anybody until like a year and a half ago. So no, it's been moved. It's been moved to PS4. It will be announced as a PS4 game this year. It will not be released this year. Probably not to 2045. and it will be like we will have some form of either images or a small teaser.
Is this what desperation looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, are you looking at the cat or me?
You.
Okay. Because the cat might be mooching somewhere, even though we're the only three in the house. But no, so that is a legitimate prediction. Another prediction that I have is I was telling Will in the car this. I'm really pissed off, about the fact that I have to break out my PS3 to play Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch.
Yeah, you're mad that you have to play a game that came out when PS4 wasn't out.
Shut up. No. It came out. It came out. I'm almost positive it came
we
out.
should keep Danny away from computers and
No. I'm allowed to be.
No, it was released before PS4 was out.
Yeah,
It was January 22nd, 2013. But I didn't get it until now because I lived in Hamilton at the time. I didn't have the PS3 there, so I couldn't do anything. I couldn't play, and the PS3 is stuck in Grimsby, and I now have my PS4. But the whole thing I'm pissed off about is compatibility. Is you can't play PS3 games on PS4. You can't.
I would have bought a PS4 now if I could do that.
Yeah.
That just the way my situation works out. If it had backwards compatibility, I would have bought it.
Yep. The same thing with Xbox One. You can't play Xbox 360 games on it. And you sort of saw this coming with the PS3 when they got rid of PS2 emulation and even hardware, because you had the PS3, the original one that had the hardware chip.
Yeah, I had the original one where you could play, and it wasn't like an emulator; it was the full thing.
Yeah, but what my prediction is, even though it was kind of what happened, the whole Steambox thing kind of faded, something is going to be announced or shown. Because I'm not I'm not the biggest fan of playing games on with a mouse and keyboard. I grew up with controller. I became adapted to it. A lot of people claim mice and keyboard is superior, and they're probably right. But I've never been able to get accustomed to that. I have.
Depends on the game.
Yeah, it depends on the game. First person, RTS games, mouse keyboard has to be mouse keyboard. But something like a Steambox console will be a full-on Steambox console. You saw it with the Alienware Alpha, where it was a Windows-based console, ran Steam Big Picture, kind of crappy internals, blah, blah, blah. Something will come out that will be, customizable, so if I want to frickin' take that crap out and put it in a GTX Titan if I wanted to, I could. But the thing is, it's a console with full compatibility, backwards compatibility with anything going back to the 90s because of DirectX. I want... and I don't know what it's going to be, but something is going to be announced that will just make me go, that's what I want.
I actually have a good idea what that's going to be.
What is it?
There was, I don't know what the name of the company was that was behind it, or what, if they actually even had a name or if it was just a concept. But what people are talking about, the next big thing is going to be, and this is actually going to be a future topic on it, in and on it of itself. But anyway, we can kind of touch on it here. There was going to be a company that would basically make a giant server farm that all you needed to do was access so it would be remote desktop. So they would be running the game themselves.
That's on
and
live.
You would be. Is that what it is?
That was on live. That was done a while ago.
Well, I heard something that there was another company and they're doing a different the way that they're setting up is going to basically revolutionize the way that's working. Well, I don't know if it is on live and they're doing something new.
It was on live, and then on live didn't get a lot of traction, and then it folded, I think. And then Gaikai was doing it as well, but then Sony bought Gaikai, and they're doing that with PlayStation now, but that still begs a problem. I have a box I can play PS4 games, but then if I wanted to play PS3, PS2, or even PS1 classics on my PS4, it has to be done through PlayStation Now, and that has to be done through a fairly strong internet connection.
Yes, that's the biggest drawback.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was hearing was that it's going to be, these kind of things are going to give rise to more of a guerrilla, uprising of this. Yeah. So it'd be if you have the more that they have these, the more that they have the PlayStation Now and stuff like that, the more you're going to get hobbyists doing it. And then so you can get hey, if you want to play legit NES games, right? You just plug in a USB NES controller to your computer and it's a 100% NES emulator.
That is what that's what I would like, because I want the Netflix of gaming. That's what I want, because Netflix, except I don't want the regional restrictions, which means I have to access US Netflix through a VPN. But I want that. I want that kind of thing, because backwards compatibility, they say it's not a big deal. It kind of is. See, because the way I've heard other people say, and I agree with them 100%, is say you have a big ass TV, and you put a box in there, and they're like, you can still play your PS3 games on your PS3. So I got my PS4 here, a cable box, maybe an Xbox One or a Wii U if you have another console. And then I just have to, I don't have a lot of, room.
You might have, a Blu-ray player or something.
I might have a Blu-ray player, especially since the PS4 Blu-ray player on my PS4 is absolute trash. It doesn't load half the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Every time I hit start Blu-ray, it's starting, and then screen goes black. I have to unplug the HDMI cable, plug it back in order to get to
Really?
it. It is disastrous. So, hey, maybe my PS3 could be my Blu-ray player. But it's just I want, I like consolidating things. And making it so, and because DirectX, that framework is so backwards compatible, you can play a game theoretically, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic came out 10 years ago. You can play it on a DirectX 11 machine now, which is you're technically playing an Xbox game on an Xbox One, which you can't do, but you can in the PC market, which is see, I love console gaming because I love the couch environment. I love sitting down, leaning back and doing it.
Here we can see Danny growing his own little couch ecosystem.
Exactly. But you can't deny the pros of PC gaming and how it is objectively better. It's objectively better in terms of backwards compatibility. It's objectively better in terms of the choice you get. I can choose to have it running at 720p and 60 frames per second as opposed to 1080p, 30 frames per second, which a lot of console games have to run now. But see, the experiences you get on PlayStation, but see, this is why I still love PlayStation, because you won't see games like Flower or Journey or even Heavy Rain. Sorry, I still have to get that back to you. Or even Heavy Rain.
Ideally, you would play it, but...
Yep, so, Sony was really good at saying, yes, we will allow you to do these games. But you obviously will not see those on PC because they're a Sony-owned studio, which is why, I really hope if a PS5 comes out, but everyone's talking about this might be the last generation of consoles. I don't think it'll be the last generation. I don't think it'll be.
I'm not sure.
I'm leaning more towards it won't be. I can see every argument about why it could be.
I think that just from the fact that they're both consoles now, Wii U excluded, but the Xbox One and the PS4 are selling gangbusters. They're breaking records left and right. Right? And to the point where they're talking about bringing the Xbox One back up to $400.
Which would be the dumbest idea in history.
But the fact that they can even consider that is just showing that on paper that is even remotely an undecent decision to make, right?
Yeah.
So, just that, from that fact alone, that it's selling that well. Something I can't see them not making that, especially Sony, this is literally all they have.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't get any Sony hacks happening right now to tell us that PS5's in development.
Yeah.
But no, see, the whole thing is my prediction is something next year is going to be announced where I could have a PlayStation 4 on my nightstand, but I really like the idea of Steambox because of the backwards compatibility, but the problem is with Linux, there's not a lot of compatible games with Linux right now. So a lot of these manufacturers like Alienware or Dell, who own Alienware, they release the Alpha.
Dude, you're getting a Dell!
No, I'm not getting a Dell. Fuck Dell. Our store sells Dell computers. They're actually pretty good computers for faculty and staff or whatever. Well, what I was going to say though is
it's all they're good for.
The Alienware Alpha is the size of a console. It runs it can run games this comparable to PS4 and Xbox One, and it's $550, but you get the added incentive of you get Steam, and Steam's deals are pretty ridiculous. And the Steam,
in terms of price, that's also another thing too, right? You can't really get games for a price that you can
on PlayStation Store. I was going through the store the other day, and they have their flash sale and their holiday sale, and you can get Battlefield 4 for $12. But do I want to buy a beta? Let's be realistic here. But that's it. You rarely see any good deals. But I do think one of the best systems is PlayStation Plus, where you get these free games. Like a game I'm playing right now, Dust and Elysian Tale, free. And as long as I'm subscribed to Plus, it's free.
Not bad.
But then you have to look at Steam. Free online multiplayer. Don't have to worry about paying for that. I could potentially buy Dust on Steam for $5 maybe.
What was it? I was on
I think I saw it on sale because it had the winter sale going on. And I think it was $4.16 or something like that. I saw.
I was looking and I saw Terraria on Steam and it was like $2.
The deals are ridiculous, and it makes being a console gamer so much more difficult. Even though I prefer that style, I prefer that environment.
I wouldn't get Terraria now. I get Starbound over Terraria,
Oh, yeah.
but even though that people say that has problems,
But I saw it for $2.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I tweeted this out that it was like the very first time I ever looked up even what the Stick of Truth like was worth on Steam. It was on sale as when I looked it up, and I was like, this is why it's dangerous. This is like because you just look it up and you're like, it's on Steam. I have to buy it now, or it's on sale. Like it might not be on sale.
But there are inherent problems with the PC world in that, like, I always look at Steam like to PC gaming as Apple is to digital entertainment, where you have all these music publishers, they put all their stuff on iTunes and they get a cut, and you see them try to do their own service but fail. Then you get Steam, they do some very, very, very good work with the Steam platform. It's not without its problems, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the green light debacle that's going on now.
Don't talk about green light. That's another episode.
But like you get EA trying to come out, like Origin's gotten a lot better from what I've heard. I've refused to use it. Uplay, let's not even get into Uplay.
Uplay, it's like you could literally just like, oh, here's this code page, and just like smacking the screen. It's like, hey, you made Uplay.
But then you also got things like good old
now
games.
you're the lead developer of Assassin's Creed Unity.
Can you code faces?
But then you also get like GOG, good old games. Like good old games in Steam are done very well. But see, like everyone talks about like piracy on PC. Like remember the music piracy in like the early 2000s? Like yes, we were young, but Apple released something that was convenient. Mm-hmm. It was illegal, so you didn't have the bad karma attached to it. And I don't pirate music. I don't pirate games. I don't do that. And Steam, and even to a degree, the PlayStation Store, unless they like lower the freaking prices, because the fact that a digital game is the same price as a retail game is just absurd.
And I mean, I guess you could argue that was all of like what Steve Jobs was professing at that point, where it's just like if you make people want to buy or make it feel good to buy your product,
convenience, like give them convenience. Yeah. Like one thing he brought up, I remember I was watching an old
well, I mean, like, sorry to interrupt, but I mean, like, when you see that the game is on Uplay, does that make you want to buy that game? No, that dissuades you from buying the game.
Best example of this, when I was working at the store, we had a representative from Asus came in, or people pronounce it Asus. It's Asus, isn't it? I keep screwing it up.
I think it's Asus.
Asus? Okay. So
just because that's how English would dictate it would be pronounced.
But anyway, what I was saying was he came in and he was like showing us computers we can get for the back to school season to like sell to students, and he gave each of us working in the computer department a code for Watch Dogs. And I was like, cool. I looked at it, and it was Uplay. Oh. And we went to Station 1 when I came back a few weeks later. I gave Lee the Uplay code because I wanted nothing to I passed off my bad karma onto you.
And since I bought Far Cry 3, at the time, for some reason, not knowing that I would have to go through Uplay. I thought that I would just have it on
remember
Steam.
You saying this.
So I already had Uplay installed and did the whole headache of that, and actually played probably like an hour of Far Cry 3 and was like, I just can't get into it. It's a good game. It's well put together, but it's just like, whatever.
It's like the Skyrim thing all over again.
Yeah, that's exactly. I bought Skyrim. I played like for an hour, and I was like, well, this is definitely not Fallout. It's not Fallout, and it has
nothing will be Fallout to you.
Well, no, it's because it's like I like the sci-fi aspect of it. That's the only thing. Yes, that's the only thing. It's like I like the sci-fi setting. So it's like Skyrim might have had a much better. Oh, okay, the inventory system was garbage, but you can get mods for that on PC. But I didn't delve that far into it. But I mean, like, other than that, it seemed like it was way better graphics. Oh, yeah. Like way better. Like I think the quest system was kind of shitty too. The way it was set up.
That was decent.
Yeah, and I mean, like everything about it, like everything the way it was set up, I liked. But it was just I can't get in. I'm not a big fan of the fantasy setting. So it's like that was the only thing that was holding me back. But yeah, going back to the Uplay. So I was like, I got the code. I think I actually even installed Watch Dogs and I've yet to play it.
But like, what I'm getting at is if you have like if a storefront is created by a publisher, its sole purpose is to enhance the profits and the revenue for that publisher. But then if you get a secondary company, like for instance, Apple's not a music publisher. Steam is like, yes, they're a game publisher for their own games, but they don't publish any of the other games. They are literally out like it's to further their own profits, but they are trying to make it convenient for everybody else because they want more people to buy this stuff to like Apple wanted more people to buy iPods because iPod was a very good like MP3 player. It was the best MP3 player in the world for, I would even say still is.
Yeah. You could, well, yeah. For in terms of just the MP3 player,
it was unmatched.
Yeah.
Nothing could match it. But then you look at Sony, who is they have one of like the biggest music labels in the world. They come out with their like touchscreen Walkman, and this is a music company, and it's trash. You get a company that has no business in music, and they come in and show you how it's done. You get a company like Valve, who develops like who has developed they did Half-Life, Portal, Team Fortress, Dota. Are they doing Dota 2 as well? So they do all this. So and they make fun games. Left 4 Dead, another one. All these games that are so like iconic with gaming. They clearly care about the gamers. Yes, they care about their bottom line. So does Apple. But they understand what makes gaming more like accessible and more approachable, not shove DRM down your throat.
Yeah, and they understand it so much that that's all they do now.
Yeah, it is. Like they're like they don't make games anymore. Really, Valve. You don't really see them. Like Half-Life 3 might never come out.
No, it won't.
I don't think it will come out. Like we
unless they sell it off to another company.
Yeah, get them to do it, and then they can just publish the game. Which like that is. Like I can see that's the only way to do it, but you're not going to see Portal 3. They released Dota, but didn't they like Dota was a mod from another game. They're not really developing their own games anymore. Steam OS now I guess is a big one. They have all these properties that they have to handle. Like Steam's not as big as Apple. No way. Steam is not Apple. So like Apple can handle doing phones, tablets, computers, music, internet services, all these other services. Steam can only afford really to do, or Valve can only really afford to do Steam and their Steam OS initiative. But that's the thing, like, I shouldn't have to be, like, going back and forth on certain things. Like, look at me and EB Games earlier today.
Fun.
Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, I have a PS4. Should I buy all games digital or should I buy all games physical? Like, but there are some games you can only get digitally. So I'm like, I love having a collection of things. I love being able to look like these are all my games.
Yeah.
But there's a few on my hard drive that you can't really see. That kind of defeats the purpose of it. And these publishers are trying to get you to buy digital. And this is the Final Fantasy rule. This is not the Final Fantasy rantcast, but this is the biggest one. How long have we been going? About an hour and 12 minutes. Wow, we're going on. So what happened was Final Fantasy 15, the demo is being released with Final Fantasy Type 0. The only way to get it is to pre-order the collector's edition or buy the first shipment of the standard edition, and it's a physical copy. Because if I go all digital, I'm fucked. I can't play the demo for my most anticipated game in the past 10 years.
And just for the record, can we say fuck collector's editions?
It's ridiculous. Oh my god. And also, while we're on the topic of that, fuck like remakes. Because Final Fantasy Type 0 is a PSP game that is being ported to PS4 and Xbox One. Port it to Vita.
I guess we could say that maybe not so much just collector's editions in general, but collector's editions that wall off content that's on the disc.
The Mass Effect 3 collector's edition, I feel bad for purchasing it, but also the Steelbook was pretty cool.
Steelbook and the N7 patch.
The N7 patch, and you got like an art book with it too. I don't know if you guys got that. But Javik, what like he was clearly
and walling that content off. That's necessary content to the story.
And they even said like it's just content you can play through the entire game with.
You need Javik.
But see, the thing is, you theoretically could play through the entire game without ever having Javik.
I just got a leg cramp.
But the thing with Javik is a Prothean.
Yeah.
The Lord.
Prothe the Prothean.
He is the Prothean of the game.
There's so many scenes that are just completely different without Javik. Like all of the stuff on Thessia.
Yep.
You bring Javik along and it's awesome.
And it's not only that, it's when you just knowing that you have him in your party, you're like it psychologically changes the way you play the game. At least it did for me, because I'm like, I'm playing with someone who has fought these people before. It kind of changes the entire, like, just everything about the game. And also, can we just acknowledge the digital deluxe editions of games? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those. Those are like $99 digital versions. The best part about collector's editions when we first came out is you would normally get something
You get
really
cool shit.
Yeah, like you got your Chimera action figure for Resistance 2, was it?
Yeah, and that's the cool part of collector's editions, like content like that.
The Call of Duty like Prestige editions, you would get the night vision goggles. That stuff's cool. The digital deluxe edition, what do you get? You get the game and I think a season pass.
Yeah.
Or some other like exclusive content, which is clearly already there.
Yeah, anything that's like where content included like in the disc is
it's atrocious.
Or then for Fallout New Vegas, they had it where I got the collector's edition because the collector's edition was awesome. It came with like a deck of cards that had like a bunch of different characters that were all in the cards, and it had like a little saying of like a line of dialogue. And you could get the platinum chip. They had a bunch of actual like legit clay poker chips of all the casinos in the game. It had a DVD that had like behind the scenes and the art book stuff. It came with an exclusive comic that had a bit of like the backstory behind it. Yeah, it had a lot of stuff. But the thing was that if you also had it, you could pre-order that, and that was it. There was no like, hey, here's some extra content in the game. That came depending on where you bought the game. Oh. So they had like the caravan pack or something like that. If you got it from like Walmart, you would get like a few items. They had like I'm trying to remember. They had an EB exclusive one, a Future Shop exclusive one, and it was basically just like you got a different gun, and they weren't super overpowered. It was like as soon as you got more, they were done for. Except for the one you got, there was like the Vault Hunter pack. It came with it was like a Vault Hunter canteen. Which was if you were playing hardcore, which is, in my opinion, the only way you can play Fallout New Vegas, because hardcore just makes it so much better. Anytime you got thirsty, it automatically, you just drank out of this unlimited canteen. So it like basically broke the game, and it was like only if you bought it from a certain store that you got that. And it's like, that's outrageous. Yeah. But later on, they made it so that you could just download, if you had one of them, you could download the rest for free. Because so many people bitched.
Well, you can probably attest to this since you played Dragon Age Inquisition.
Don't tell me about the unicorn.
No, this is Dragon...
Unicorn?
This is the deluxe edition of Dragon Age Inquisition. So you get a bog unicorn with the digital...
I want the unicorn.
The deluxe edition. You get an undead horse with a sword stuck in its skull. You get a mature stag mount, a horse mount equipped with its own set of Inquisition armor. You get a bunch of item packs. You get a Skyhold throne, a throne made of dragon bone.
Oh, damn.
But the only thing that I think is useful in this digital deluxe edition is the digital soundtrack.
Yeah, most of that stuff is just like aesthetic stuff.
Exactly. It does not enhance your game at all. A collector's edition should have like it shouldn't enhance your it shouldn't really enhance your game. It should just be it's something you collect.
Yeah, like the only time
the Chimera action figure
ever had
goggles.
A collector's edition was when I bought the Assassin's Creed Black Flag collector's edition for $75 because they were just selling them off.
What'd you get out of it?
Got a flag, art books, soundtrack, foot tall.
I was gonna say, was that the one with
yeah.
Well, a true collector's edition, I think, would be the Uncharted 2 collector's edition, because there was a limited run of 10,000 of them, and you had, I think there was a special way to get them. Like you couldn't buy them in stores, and it came with the dagger. Like it came with a chest, and it came with the dagger.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like, but that is truly a collectible thing.
Yeah.
Like
same as with the one Borderlands collector's edition that came with like the loot chest, and you could get the game in the loot chest, and it was like they only made like less than 1,000 of them or something.
Same
like that.
thing now with the 20th anniversary PS4s, the gray PS4s, which look so cool. By the way, I wanted one of those so bad, and they're fetching $20,000 on eBay because that's what it is. It's a collector's edition. Digital deluxe edition is literally just we're gonna throw on content that is walled off to other people unless you pay more, but they gotta pay more. You just get it for cheaper. That's like, fuck you, EA. Again, Ubisoft, same thing. But like...
Yeah, I'm nervous for what we're going to have in store for the next Mass Effect.
Yeah, I was thinking I might try the collector's edition. I don't know, though.
I'm just going to wait.
Like, see, it all comes down to what the physical thing is in the collector's edition and how much it is. If it's like the collector's edition is like $300. Yeah. Usually my limit is like $150, and even that's iffy.
If there's a cool thing, I'll think about it.
But I still think what we got in the collector's edition for Mass Effect 3, like there wasn't really much to like apart from the S7 patch.
But that was only $7. It was $10 more or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was like
regular 69, and it was regular, and then the collector's one was like 79.
No, it was regular 59 because this is when back when games were like 59.99 for us. So, but the thing is, like, I've never bought a collector's edition before. Like, that was like one of the few collector's editions. That was one of the few games I pre-ordered because I wanted the collector's edition because I knew Javik was coming out with it.
And that was back when you pre-ordered because you might not get it on the day it came out, not because of the pre-order bonus. Yeah. Just I don't pre-order any games now because of that.
I don't pre-ordered Pokemon just because I might not have got that the day it came out.
Well, actually, I lied. The only other game I've technically pre-ordered, but I didn't pre-order it for anything like for collectors wise, was Destiny. But I pre-installed it because since I did a lot of digital downloads, I wanted to play the game when it finally released, but I pre-installed the game so that when it released, it was automatically ready to play. But that begs another question, though. Like, the game was ready for release then. Like, if I'm allowed to pre-install it, like, there's got to be some other explanation for this. But like, if I could pre-order Destiny a week before it came out or 2 weeks before it came out and install the full game on my hard drive, it's ready to play.
Yeah.
It's ready to play, and I think like they're doing the same thing with Uncharted 4 already. Like you can pre-buy the game now,
really?
But I haven't done it yet. But I don't know if you can pre-install it. I haven't checked that. But that's the thing with Destiny though. It's like play it at midnight. No, I bought the game now. Let me play it now. Like I understand the convenience of it in that it's like because with digital downloads and poor internet connections that a lot of houses have, it takes about like maybe an hour and a half or 7 months where you live to
It's taken me about probably I'm going to say about 5 hours a day I had it running or downloading, and it's 8 gigs. It took me about 3 days to download.
Oh my god. Saints
Row 4.
Oh my god. That's upsetting. But like I have
it's probably about 15 hours total.
I have a wireless internet connection at my house in Hamilton, and I've told you guys horror stories about my internet, especially like when I showed you that picture of like I was at 900 bytes per second on my Steam. Oh my god. But like so I pre-bought the game and pre-installed it so it's ready to go. So I can see that convenience, but it doesn't hide the fact that if the entire game is pre-installed on my computer or pre-installed on my PS4, it's there, it's ready, and I can't play it.
Well, it's the same as like they did the Day Zero edition
for Call of Duty. Yeah. Oh, one of my brother's friends had it because he let Matthew borrow the game, and it's the day one, or it's the day zero edition.
Yeah.
But like that's like, I can sort of see that for physical copies, where it's like this is a premium edition of the game, where and maybe only 5,000 are made, for instance, where the most the biggest 5,000 fans, the 5,000 biggest fans of Call of Duty, can get the game early and play it.
And test the servers for us.
And test servers.
You can play for precisely 24 hours until the servers are dead.
Yes. But the thing is like with digital versions of the game, like it goes back to the fact that I bought the game for $69.99. It's installed. The only thing that's stopping me is a clock. That does not seem right, in my opinion. That seems a little bit off.
A few lines of programming that make it so you can't access.
Yep, exactly. So I would hit the game and it would say this game is not released until 12 or like 12 midnight. Like really, like fuck off. Like really, like I bought this game.
And that's your anger. Okay, so I guess I was gonna say, can we make the Last Guardian pizza bet official?
Yes.
So the parameters are, I'm going to say...
I am that confident that...
Definitely is not released in 2015.
No, wait, no, you're like backing out of your own position. You said like nothing will even be mentioned.
Okay, well I was debating on whether or not that was official. So, okay, mine is nothing even mentioned in terms of it being released. So they can say something about like, oh, we're still working on it, or
which they do every year at around the same time.
Towing the party line. But if they say something about we're going to have this by this date, or we're going to have a trailer or something, concept art. I'll even go so far. New concept art that comes out this year.
So if they have a trailer, be it a teaser or full length, if they have a concept art, or if they have an announcement that it's PS4, I win.
Yes,
done.
Pizza bet official.
It's done. There we go. Shaped.
I'm ready for my third pizza, guys.
No.
We won't be able to get the pizza until this time next year. We could all be dead by then.
You beat Will at his bet. You haven't beaten me yet.
What was the other one?
Whether or not your choices carry over to Mass Effect 4. They haven't fully announced that yet.
There are rumors floating around that Shepard might make some sort of appearance.
No, don't do that. I don't want that. I don't want that. He's dead. Commit to the fact that he's dead. Yeah. Like, commit to the fact. Like, come on.
But he moved his hand.
No. Oh man. No, like that's just like. No, like it's so much more tragic.
No, Danny,
it's
don't
so
get into
much
it, Danny.
more just effective if he sacrificed himself to defeat the Reapers.
He became Space Jesus.
He became Space
Stuck it to that little kid.
It's like renegade option. Fuck you, little Star Child. Jesus.
What are Will's absurd predictions?
Yeah, sorry, we just went for 3 hours.
Will thinks that 2015 is the year that Danny will dye his hair a different color, and that we will find proof of alien life existing somewhere in the universe.
That's actually pretty good.
That's a fairly good prediction. I like that one.
The dyeing the hair one's the absurd prediction.
I was saying that's the pretty good prediction. I'm kidding.
He's a theater student, though. You never know what they do.
That's true. I might have to do shit.
Yeah, I guess, because they were talking about how, I don't actually know if this was just, if it was really news, or if it was just,
bubbles?
yeah.
Yeah, natural methane happens.
Oh, the methane bubbles on Mars?
Yeah.
Oh.
Methane burps.
Methane burp.
But yeah, I think it's entirely possible that, maybe not on Mars, but just that,
somewhere in the universe, yeah.
Extraterrestrial life, non-humanoid life in the universe, even. Alright. Favorite games of 2015? What are you most excited for?
Well, I don't know if they've officially confirmed. I think it's supposed to be that Mass Effect comes out. It's like fall of 2015, right?
Like that, yeah. Which I'm surprised we haven't had more information, but I suppose they're on a big Dragon Age hype.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not gonna why do you think we didn't get a lot for 8?
Well, there was
until now?
There was one of the I don't know what he was doing, if he was like a community manager, if he was actually like involved in the programming, but he kind of live tweeted him playing a section of it.
Nice.
And he was talking about how awesome the Mako was in this one, and then he was like, he said because he said that he didn't really know what other departments were working on.
Okay.
So it was like he finally saw an amalgamation of everything that they were working on for this one
I want to
thing.
make a pizza bet with you.
But just let me finish. And then
4
he said that
we'll kill Lee.
He was saying that he's like there's some kind of structure off in the distance. It's like I'm gonna go to it and see if I can get there, or if it's just like in the background. And then it was like the next tweet was like, oh my god, I got there.
Wait, what was
right?
this?
It was like he said something that was like he saw something off in the distance that he thought was a building.
Yeah.
Wait, who is this?
I don't know exactly who it was, but he was somebody that was working on like the development team.
But that's
from Mass Effect?
Because from what I've seen from Dragon Age Inquisition, everything can be explored. Like, it's
and
not
they said
entirely
that
open world, but the maps are freaking huge.
Well, Mike Gamble, he works for BioWare. He hinted that it's playable. Like it's
Yeah,
fully
that was
playable.
like a year ago.
No, like he's saying like there's a brand new build of the
Okay.
game. Like this was just announced like last week. He tweeted about it.
December 19th. That might have been the guy I'm
Wow.
thinking of.
Yeah, like he just like there's a fully playable state of Mass Effect 4, which is why we're gonna get something at E3. I can totally see us.
This is the year. This is the
We've
year.
been
we
saying
get
that for
something at
3
E3.
years.
And then we're all going to get it, and we're going to sink too many hours into the multiplayer again.
Yeah. So
Hope it's a good multiplayer. The Dragon Age multiplayer got me excited for what this one could be.
I don't want multiplayer in these games. Mass Effect 3's multiplayer was great.
Yeah, the Mass Effect multiplayer I can accept.
As long as they still have like the core single player.
Yes, the
It
same
has to
single
be the
player
story. It's all
experience.
about the
You don't
story.
really have to like dumb that down.
It's all about the story and promoting your characters and never having to do anything in the main story.
Okay,
again.
I lied. Since we don't really know, favorite 2 games can easily be like pushed to 2016.
Ooh.
Like say if it's like you feel it's coming out this year, but you don't know.
Oh, Mass Effect is entirely possible.
Mass Effect's coming out the next 2 years.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Fallout is entirely possible.
Oh, we're gonna
that
get
they-
Fallout news too. What about you, Will?
Well, Mass Effect's one of them. I'm not sure if I want to say the next Elder Scrolls game, which there have been rumors floating around about for
Fallout's
a while.
coming next.
Yeah,
Fallout will
that's-
be coming
yeah,
next.
yeah.
Yep.
Or we still need a Mario platformer on the Wii U.
Mario 3D World.
3D, I don't count that. It's not like a single player.
Well,
Mario
they
platformer.
even said they're not like they're probably not going back to like the Galaxy style.
I want that.
Well, because Galaxy was so good.
Yeah. I don't know what else is there.
Well, they're running out of ideas. They don't have much left.
Yeah.
They need third party. They need their own first party games to
I
support
suppose
their own
Pokken
system.
Fighters could be interesting. I'm not a huge fan of fighting
That
games
game, everything about that game just messes with my head. Tekken with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Mass Effect and the next Elder Scrolls probably.
If it's another Elder Scrolls game, it's not being developed by Bethesda.
There's already rumors floating around about. We have a name
Of what?
for the next Elder Scrolls.
What's the name?
Argonia.
I'm looking this shit up.
Well, there's 2 teams at Bethesda that work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, I know for Fallout at least, they switched between Bethesda and Obsidian. But there's also 2, like, Bethesda teams that switch between when they do...
I just can't see Bethesda licensing out their marquee franchise to a secondary studio. Like, I can, like, if there are 2 teams, Bethesda's doing it. If there isn't, they're not doing Elder Scrolls right now at all. Because the next Fallout is their game.
So, I mean, they technically did 2 Elder Scrolls games in that time.
Yeah, they did Skyrim
Online.
and they're doing a port for online for consoles.
Which we haven't heard anything about recently, so, yeah. Well, mine, Final Fantasy 15, because the way I think about it is the 13 demo...
It's never coming out.
Shut up. The 13 demo was released, and then if it only...
It's going to become 13.4.
Fuck off. No, it won't.
Lightning does some other stuff and things.
Lightning strikes.
But yeah, so...
It's Lightning Strikes, the Blitz Ball or whatever?
From 10?
Yeah, it's just like the Blitz Ball edition.
Lightning does strike twice.
Oh, God.
2K15.
Fuck off!
Sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Doritos and Mountain Dew. Or Mountain Dew flavored Doritos.
No.
Dewitos. Those are a real thing. They're a real thing.
Yeah, I know they're a thing.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 15, because I feel like if we're getting the demo in March, we're probably getting a release at some point at the end of 2015.
4 years after that.
Well, no, because they're still making Kingdom Hearts 3, which is not going to be coming out till like the end of fucking 2017. Like, that's not coming out anywhere near in the next couple of years. So Final Fantasy 15 is definitely one of those games, and got to play it first. But either one of these 2. Sequel to Bravely Default, as we have established, is coming out in Japan in spring, and Level 5 is announcing at E3 they're working on a PS4 game. So if I don't think it'll come out, but it could be that. I know I'm kind of stretching it with 3 since I haven't played these games yet, but Mass Effect. Obviously.
Mass Effect.
So what was the pizza bet that you...
I think that the Mako will be customizable.
I
don't disagree with you. So.
Okay. Get me over the pizza.
Well, fuck you!
Yeah, I don't know to what extent. Like, if it'll just be like paint jobs, or you can add like different guns, or
different wheels, different stats.
Pre-order, and you can get the special Blood Dragon armor for the the Mako.
And if you put the right wheels on the Mako, it can't control.
You just put roller skates.
Classic Mako wheels.
Do you want the classic edition Mako? Yeah.
To get the classic Mako, just spike your controller on the floor.
I'm so upset I didn't bring my 3DS game card case. I got it from Club Nintendo. Club Nintendo is
I
awesome.
love Club Nintendo.
Why doesn't Sony have something
Platinum
like that?
status. I'm getting Mewtwo for Smash
Can you
Bros.
do they have Club Nintendo points for this?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Get on that shit,
Fuck
Danny.
yeah. Sorry guys, I'm like nerding out here.
I love Club Nintendo.
So Bravely Default is the unofficial Final Fantasy sequel.
For free, I'm getting Mewtwo DLC for Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, and 2 soundtracks for Smash Bros. Because Club Nintendo.
They don't have Mewtwo as like a default character?
Not in this one. They announced him before it came out, but he's not coming out till spring.
You can't just put on 8 controllers and leave it on all night and then you get
that.
Mewtwo?
God, it's been so long since I've been on Club Nintendo, I forget everything.
I can't really think of any more bold predictions. Like, thinking of predictions broke my mind. But I think that overall 2014 was probably not the best in
2014
terms
was
of...
really lame.
Yeah.
2014 was terrible.
Yeah, it was. We got Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true.
Pokemon's on the rise. We got the fairy type. Yeah, fairies.
Do you think there'll be a new type in the next gen?
God, no. The last time we had a new type was gold and silver. We got the dark type
Steel
and the steel type.
and yeah.
And we have fairies, and now dragons are balanced.
Yeah, that's true.
What needs balancing
check.
now?
There are things that need to be buffed.
Yeah, but like types. Well, ice types need to be buffed.
Ice types, and I'd say even electric types need a little bit of a buff.
Electric types are really good defensively, though. Only weak to ground.
I just signed in. The hell is
No,
this
you didn't,
shit?
Danny.
No, I did.
We need to have like an actual Pokemon cast sometime.
Could do that.
Just
We
nerd
tried.
out.
Yeah, we tried.
We could do the Pokemon cast after the Pokemon movie marathon.
Could do that, yes.
Okay, that's gonna be a long day. There's at least 14 movies now, I think.
Oh, God. And they're all like an hour plus long?
Like an hour and a half long. Oh, God.
You know what, Danny? Just to make you feel better, I'll go on the record and say we won't see Agent this year.
What? Agent. Oh, what a game.
I honestly have no idea what they're doing with that.
Oh, they're...
I think that Grand Theft Auto took precedent. And then
well, because it was Sam Hauser, right? Who was doing it?
Yeah,
Is that his name?
the Hauser brothers, yeah.
And their life is Grand Theft Auto.
Well, and then they pulled the carpet out from everybody, and it's just like, oh yeah, now we have it on next gen. So anybody else who bought it, who didn't plan on buying the next consoles because the Grand Theft Auto was out on PS3 and an Xbox, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Well, I told you guys about my adventure in pre-ordering Destiny, right?
No.
It was...
Well, I remember that you tried to figure out where you want it to be sent to.
It was 2 years back when I got Monster Hunter for the Wii U. And I just went in there and like, would you like to pre-order anything? I just look around. And there's a Destiny poster right behind me. I'm like, yes, I would like to pre-order Destiny for the PS3. And that was before I knew that I was moving to Ottawa. And apparently you can't pre-order things in one store and pick them up in another.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
so
such
2
bullshit.
years later, I go in, get my $5 back, and go pre-order a PS4 up in Ottawa.
I remember I pre-ordered, what was it? The Quantic Dream game, Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, yeah.
I pre-ordered it, and then I completely forgot about it. And then they just called me up. It's like, yeah, you got $5 down on this game. Are you gonna come pick it up? And I was like, no. Just give me my $5 back. And so I was like, next time I come in, I think I got it when I went to get Pokemon. I got $5 back.
Did you play Beyond?
No, I didn't. I thought that I might pick it up, but because they'll probably be dirt cheap now.
Oh, probably. And I heard it wasn't really like that good either. It wasn't as good as say.
Yeah, well, people have there was the same complaints that people were saying that Heavy Rain had. But I mean, like what Heavy Rain did, it did well. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that. That it's like, oh, it's not technically a game because it's just basically a giant cutscene. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Club Nintendo, such a perfect thing.
Okay, well, I guess.
What status are you, Danny?
Oh, I've only like registered like 3 games.
Oh, you weakling. Platinum status.
I'm considering getting the.
I'm elite
the
status.
Pokebank or whatever.
It's worth it. It's really worth it.
Pokemon Bank.
Yeah.
You missed the free Celebi though, but
When does like it's a year for it's $5 a year. It's been a while since.
I've still got a while. I got like
$5 a year?
Yeah, $5 a year.
I thought it was $5 a month.
No, it's a year.
It's a year.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting it.
You're not gonna get the free Celebi anymore.
Nah, that's alright.
But you can borrow mine. Actually, you've already borrowed mine.
What?
I thought I like traded you my Celebi once for the Pokedex.
No, I don't think so. Well, no, because my goal now is just to bring all of my strongest Pokemon from X and Y over to the...
How can you tell which games you've registered on Club Nintendo?
I don't know.
Oh, you're helpful. You're a helpful soul.
So yeah, I guess that's probably a good place to cut it off.
Yeah.
We tried topics.
We got fair. We did a
Turned into rambling.
2015 hopefully will be much better. I think it only has up to go.
We'll get organized.
Well, look at all the crap we had in this year. Jesus.
But yeah, that was episode 37.
World Junior game tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not games.
Yeah, when's the game start, Danny?
8:00.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, that was episode 37. I hope everyone enjoyed.
And have a happy and healthy and safe New Year. If you're going to be drinking, drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive.
Responsively. In response
Be responsive to your drinking.
Responsibly.
You said responsively.
I thought I said responsibly.
Listeners, don't be a ginger. Happy New Year and goodbye.
Goodbye.